I recollected the moment when Ragatha accidentally shoved me, my anger surging once again. Ragatha, running and giggling, had accidentally pushed me over during a game of tag with Kinger and Zubul. My temper flared instantly, and my hands instinctively clenched into fists. Jax, who had been watching nearby, noticed the shift in my demeanor and quickly knelt down beside me, concern etched across his face. "Whoa, easy there," he said gently, his voice meant to calm me down. I looked up at him, anger still seething beneath the surface. "She pushed me," I snapped, my voice laced with frustration. "She wasn't even looking where she was going." Jax nodded sympathetically, his voice calm and understanding. "I know, I saw. But it was an accident. You know Ragatha didn't mean it. She was just having fun." I clenched my fists even tighter, my anger flaring up again. "I know, but it still makes me so mad," I grumbled. "She should have been watching where she was going. She knew we were playing tag." I remembered the intense anger building within me as I started to move toward Ragatha, the urge to lash out at her growing stronger. As Ragatha stood there, unaware of my angry approach, my hands clenched into fists at my sides, and I took slow, determined steps in her direction. Jax, observing from a short distance away, looked increasingly concerned. "Oh, stop there," Jax said, quickly stepping between me and Ragatha. His tone was urgent and firm, his eyes fixed on me. "You're not gonna hit her." I halted in my tracks, frustration and anger flashing in my eyes. "Why not?" I shot back, my voice tense. "She should have been watching where she was going. She totally pushed me on purpose." Jax held my gaze calmly, his voice steady. "I know you're mad, but hitting her won't solve anything. It'll only make things worse." I fidgeted a bit, frustration still coursing through me. "But she made me really mad," I protested, my voice still tinged with anger. "I just want to punch her just once. It'll make me feel better." Jax remained firm, his eyes not wavering. "No, you're not gonna do that. It's not a solution." The frustration and anger were reaching a boiling point, my hands clutching tightly onto the bells of my jester hat. I let out a frustrated cry. "I'm so mad! I can't freaking breathe!" I stomped my foot, my anger almost uncontrollable. Jax stood nearby, watching me with a mix of concern and hesitation. Jax took a cautious step towards me, his voice gentle but firm. Hey, calm down. You need to take a deep breath. You're really worked up right now." I gritted my teeth, still seething with frustration. "I can't calm down. I'm so angry I can barely think straight." Jax kept his voice calm and steady, trying to soothe me. "I know you're mad, but getting more worked up won't help. You gotta breathe, Pomni. In and out. Deep breaths." I huffed, my chest still heaving with anger. I know I need to calm down, but I'm so mad I can't even focus on my breathing." Jax took another step towards me, his voice steady and reassuring. "You can do it. Just try. In through your nose, out through your mouth." Slowly, reluctantly, I tried to follow Jax's instructions, taking slow, shaky breaths. I closed my eyes, attempting to focus on the act of breathing. "In and out," I mumbled, my voice still tense. Jax watched me closely, his voice encouraging. "That's it. Slow and steady. You're doing good." The anger was still there, swirling inside me like a storm, but Jax's words and the act of forced breathing were having a slight calming effect. I took a deep breath, my chest rising and falling as I did so. I held the breath for a moment before releasing it slowly. "1," I said softly, my voice still tense but a bit more controlled. I took another deep breath, holding it for a moment before exhaling slowly. I felt myself becoming slightly more calm as I spoke. 2, I muttered, my tone a little less agitated than before. I took a final deep breath, holding it briefly before exhaling. The act of counting and breathing was helping to soothe the anger, albeit very slightly. 3, I murmured, my voice a bit more steady now. I let out a shaky breath, my body relaxing a bit as I nodded. "A little," I admitted, my voice still carrying a hint of tension. I'm still mad, but at least I can breathe now. Jax gave me a reassuring smile, his demeanor calm and supportive. That's good. You just gotta keep taking those deep breaths. You're doing great. I nodded again, still feeling the lingering anger but also a glimmer of relief. The act of breathing and counting had helped to bring me down a few notches, although my emotions were still a tangled mess. Jax noticed the improvement, his expression more relaxed now. He placed a gentle hand on my shoulder, his touch soothing. You're making progress. Just a few more deep breaths, okay? I managed a small nod, appreciating Jax's reassuring presence. Okay, I whispered, my voice still shaky but a bit more controlled. I took another deep breath, feeling the tension in my chest slowly dissipating. In, hold out, in, hold out. I repeated the sequence, the words almost like a mantra as I tried to keep the anger in check. I continued the breathing exercises, my emotions gradually calming down as I focused on the act of breathing. Jax stood by, watching me closely. He noticed the change in my demeanor, the tension in my body slowly releasing. That's it, he reassured me. You're doing great. Just keep breathing. After a few more minutes of focused breathing, I took a final deep breath and let it out with a sigh. I think I'm feeling a bit better now, I said, my voice still slightly shaky but not as taut as before. I thought about it for a moment, still feeling calmer than before. I guess I need to take deep breaths, I said, my voice still a little shaky. And count while I do it, Jax gave me an affirming nod. Exactly. Remember, taking deep breaths and counting while you do can help regulate your emotions. It gives you something to focus on when the anger gets intense. I nodded, understanding the importance of his words. Yeah, I get it. I just hope I can remember that next time it happens. Jax gave me a reassuring smile. You will. It takes practice, but eventually, it'll become a habit. And just remember, I'm here to help you anytime you feel like you're losing control. I managed a small, grateful smile, feeling a sense of relief at his words. Thanks, Jax. It means a lot, Jax gave me a warm nod. No problem. Just remember, don't hesitate to come to me if you feel like you're about to lose it again, okay? I took a deep breath considering Jax's question. The anger was mostly gone now, replaced by a mixture of embarrassment and resignation. I think so, I said, my voice still softer than usual, but I'm still a bit upset. Jax gave me a sympathetic smile. That's understandable. But you've calmed down a lot now, and Ragatha probably feels really bad about pushing you. It's worth talking to her. I approached Ragatha cautiously, the remnants of anger still lingering but now mixed with a sense of apology. Hey Ragatha, I said, my voice a touch sheepish. Can I talk to you for a moment, please? Ragatha looked up, her eyes meeting mine. There was a mix of guilt and remorse in her gaze. Yeah, sure, Ragatha replied, her voice slightly hesitant. What is it? I took a moment to gather my thoughts before speaking. I wanted to talk about earlier. Ragatha immediately knew what I was referring to, her expression sheepish. Oh, about when I accidentally pushed you? I nodded slightly, the memory still fresh in my mind. Yeah, that. Ragatha looked down, guilt evident in her eyes. I'm really sorry about that. I didn't mean to push you so hard. I was just goofing around and I wasn't looking where I was going. I sighed, the anger from before fading a little more. I know you didn't mean it, I said, my voice softer now. But it still made me really mad when it happened. You know I don't like being pushed. Ragatha nodded, her expression one of sincere remorse. I know, and I'm so sorry. I was just messing around and wasn't paying attention. I didn't realize how hard I'd pushed you. I took another breath, fighting to keep the embers of anger from resurfacing. I understand you were just playing, I replied, my voice steady but still tinged with a hint of hurt. But it really upset me, Ragatha. You should have been paying attention. Ragatha nodded again, her eyes downcast. I know, and I'm really sorry. I should have been more careful. I feel really bad about it. I could see the sincerity in her expression, and my anger faded further, replaced by a mix of resignation and understanding. Okay, I forgive you, I said, my voice softer now. But can you promise me something? Ragatha looked up at me, her expression earnest. Of course, anything. I took a deep breath before speaking. Just promise me you'll be more careful in the future. No matter how much fun you're having, I don't want you pushing me around again, accidents or otherwise. Ragatha nodded fervently, her eyes wide with remorse. I promise. I'll be super careful from now on. No more pushing around, accidental or not. I could see the genuine contrition in her face, and the last of my anger faded away. Okay, I said softly. I believe you. As we hugged, I felt the last of the anger and tension from the incident fading away. Ragatha tightened her grip, her voice quiet and remorseful. I'm so sorry, she murmured. I didn't mean to make you mad or hurt you. I held her close, my anger completely gone. I know you didn't mean it, I replied, my voice gentle yet firm. But no more pushing around, okay? Promise? Ragatha nodded vigorously, guilt still visible in her eyes. I promise. No more accidental pushes, no more roughhousing. I'll be careful, I swear. I pulled back a bit, looking into her eyes. I believe you, I assured her. Just be more mindful in the future, okay?